More on the situation. We're joined now by financial advisor James McBride. James, it's good to have you on here. I mean, it seems to a lot of people that as stunning as these unemployment figures are for April, this doesn't necessarily reflect all of the people who maybe have been furloughed or had their hours cut at work, or maybe the folks who lost their jobs and just haven't started to look for a new job at this point. Do we even have the full picture here of the economic damage?
No, we do not, Alex. Every research paper that I've seen, including one from the chief economist at Goldman Sachs this morning, an interview with the head of the Minneapolis Fed yesterday, all of these reports are saying that this number, 14.7%, is actually low. Well, one reason it doesn't count independent contractors. Another reason it doesn't count those who are no longer actively looking for work. And there's clearly some underreporting, for example, in the state of Florida. So the number is probably, according to Mr. Kashkari, about 20, maybe 21%. So compare that with the Great Recession, which was a 10% unemployment number, and the Great Depression, which was a 25%.
It's just stunning to think about those numbers. 20 million jobs lost in the month of April. How many of those jobs do you think are coming back once these stay-at-home orders begin to get lifted in various states across the country?
Well, that's the most important question, because we know during the Great Recession that a lot of the jobs were lost were permanent jobs, particularly for older workers. They lost the jobs and they never came back. Mr. Kudlow was saying that about 75% of the job losses in this situation are temporary, and they expect it to come back. We're certainly hoping so. And as you know, some areas like leisure and hospitality have been absolutely decimated. About 8 million job losses, education, health services over 2 million, retail, as you would expect, over 2 million as well. But it's just as likely that most of those jobs will come back. We certainly hope so, because these are devastating to so many people trying to provide for their families.
All right, we've had a couple of coronavirus relief packages passed already by Congress, the CARES Act expanding unemployment benefits. How much do you think that has helped to soften the blow here for the economy? And how soon does Congress need to pass another relief package, do you think?
Well, I think you have to tip your hat to the Fed, which has added tremendous liquidity to the system. And I think you have to tip your hat to Congress, which has come through with like the payroll protection program, the stimulus checks, the increased unemployment benefits, and the SBA loan program. All those programs and all those actions by the Fed have added liquidity to the system. And that's what we have here. We have a liquidity crisis. The Fed recognizes it, Congress recognizes it, and they're addressing it. And I think they're doing a very good job. There's going to be some bills to pay in the future, but right now I think they are doing the right thing. And if they have to come through with more bills, more stimulus, they need to do that.
Yeah, but the key really in the end is going to be getting people, back out into stores, into restaurants, and spending their money once again. And James, I don't have to tell you, there's going to be a lot of reluctance on the part of a lot of people.
People are gun shy, and as you know, consumer spending is 70% of our GDP. And if we have two negative quarters of GDP, we're going to be in a recession.
All right. We'll leave it there. Financial analyst James McBride, always good to have you on. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex.